Right, today we're going to be talking about USDJPY. We're going to pick up from where we left off, how the market was looking around 6 days ago when I did a video on this particular asset. And we're going to see what market has done from the time I made the recording up until now, as well as opportunities that we need to look out for moving forward, so that obviously we can have our best foot forward, so we can profit the most out of what we're saying and how we're saying it. So if all of that said and done, if this is your first time getting in, right, I believe you're going to find the content I'm about to share with you useful. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the notification, and you drop us a like. And with that said, we're going to get straight into it. So first things first, we're going to jump onto a higher time frame. So we're just going to take a look at a day to see what we got going on in a day, because that might help us figure things out a little bit. So we've got this going on in a day right now, and the trend that I had put on top, we can see that that's now been broken over here. So that could be a fake out, or it could be something a little bit more serious. Why a fake out? Well, it could be returning back, but at the same time it might not be a fake out due to this low value node area of the volume profile that we have right now. So we could just tap in here and blast off again. These are possibilities, right? And not only that, it went through another low value node area, closed above it, and it's come back into it again. So in all fairness, I would say this whole area right here is possibly a low value node area, right? Just based on how it's actually behaving. So now what we're waiting for, especially with what price is doing right now, is when it comes to the high value area bar. There is a proper name for it, I just can't remember it right now, so I'm just going to call it a bar, right? So or the level. So when it gets to the high value area top side level, is it going to bounce from this level and shoot up, or is it going to break through and then make its way down to the point of control and then to the low value area down here, right? Low value area down here where it has low value nodes. These are things that it could do. But as it stands right now, we don't really know. So I want to see if there's anything any information that I could possibly get off the week. And I'm not really getting much intel off this weekly. Let's just go here. Yeah, we're not really getting much off it. So let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Let's take a look to see what's going on. Okay, so we have the level, the main level of interest, which is this level right here. Okay, this is the level that needs to be taken out for really strong buys, just because it will prove the case that price is literally going up. As it stands right now, we cannot take this push to the upside serious. The gains in this area in terms of the pips that it offered, that would have been nice, okay? But however, we don't want to take this area too seriously. We need a serious close above this level, right? Above this level right here. That's why we need that close. And it may come this week. Bearing in mind today is Thursday, so the probability of that is quite low. Or it may come next week. Actually, in all fairness, there's a high possibility it's going to come next week instead of this week, right? So with that, let me see where I had this level marked out from. So the volume profile that we have right now is currently derived from this area right here. Okay, so it's not really telling us a lot. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take this back a little bit. So I'm just going to the 4 hour, see if I can find a really good spot. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this volume profile and I want to drop this right here. So that will be on the 12th of Jan. Let's see what it gives us. Let's see if anything makes sense. Okay, well, by doing it in this way, it's kind of changed what's taking place in this area. So for example, the rejection up here makes sense, right? It makes sense because price has rejected off a low value node area. So that's this area right here. We're going to get rid of this, right? Price is currently now, so price has blasted through this low value node area over here and is now gone into one, and there's another low value node area right here. Okay, I think I'm gonna take this one down just in case price comes into this one. I think this is the one that I want, so I'm gonna take down this one right here, and then I'm gonna wait to see if price does indeed make his way in here, right? And the rules for this are as simple as ever. Okay, if we get a close under here, we know we need to consider selling. If we get a bounce from this level up here, we know we need to consider buying, right? The best buys will be taken from up here, and the average buys will be taking place here, and the average sells will be taking place here. Okay, so these are the levels of interest in my opinion. So the main one, the main ones, is this over here. Oops, we got the wrong thing. The main ones is this one over here. So that is 151.124. That's the main one, right? And then we have the moves that we could take from this area right here. Right, moves that we could take from this area right here. The sell we've kind of missed. We've missed the sell because it's already happened, so there's nothing we can do about that. So the sell is gone. So that would have been taking the sell from this level over here, which would have been 147.695. Okay, but we've missed that. So now what we're looking for, or what I'm looking for, is if we get a bounce. So I want price to go into this low value node area and then push away from it. And the close above it would be a close above 145.207. Right? That'll be like, okay, I can hop in with a quick buy and maybe ride it to the upside. That'll be more of a sensible trade to the upside, in my opinion. Taking sales from where it is right now is a bad idea. Okay, too much has happened and we've missed the bulk of it, so I wouldn't recommend that at all. All right. Also, at the same time, if we get a close below this low value node area right here, okay, then it might be an opportunity to think about taking sales. So that number would be 143.157. So if these levels are taken out, that's when I'll be looking to be making moves in the corresponding direction. So it takes this one out, I'm moving downwards, right? So now that we've gotten all these areas kind of mapped out, let's have a really good look to see what's going on here. Okay, so one thing that we also know as well, right, is that this week, this Monday could have been the high of the week. So in all fairness, I wish I had done this video from on Monday, right, on this instead of doing gold, because then we would have spotted that we could have jumped in with sales on this particular asset, but obviously we didn't do it, so such is life. So it looks like so Monday, the high of the week is already set for us, but we're not going to mark down that day as it is, because we need to go back a little and we need to figure out the highs and the lows of the previous week. So I say the low was here. Now, the reason why I'm looking for this now is that it's going to help kind of figure out what is happening, what price plans on doing now. Okay, so that was the weekly high of last week. And the weekly low of last week, that was set on Tuesday. Yeah, so this level is really important. If it blasts through it, so if it blasts through this level right here, okay, and closes below this level, then yeah, we should definitely be considering taking sales. I think it will be definitely be saying, hey, price plans on continuing in the direction of falling downwards. So you should definitely be considering taking sales, because that last week's weekly high, it has been taken out, but it hasn't been taken out in the way that I like it to be taken out, right? There isn't much force. So what I'm kind of getting from this right now is that we might get a little bit of a slow stagger down here, and then it's just going to blast past, and the low of the week will most likely would be either today or Friday, and Friday would then go on to produce also the high of the week as well. That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting right now, right? So with that said and done, if you found the content useful, definitely hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. And I will see all of you amazing people on the next one.